Hello and welcome to Midday Update. Coming up are the local stories for the day. Her Highness the Honourable Lady congratulates teachers. Honourable Lady, spouse of His Majesty the Sultan, has congratulated all teachers in the Sultanate of Oman on the occasion of the Teachers' Day sessions to examine key issues shaping Oman's business landscape, influencing the Sultanate's socio-economic environment, impacting investment and driving non-oil exports. Tackling topics directly relevant to business, industry and investment in Oman, economic diversification and job creation, as well as pressing global issues, the Jara talks will explore post-COVID company culture, the evolving world of manufacturing, cracking export markets, the green transition, creative industries and Gen Z, and marketing in the new data-led world. The first Tijara Talks session examined the role of sustainability in enhancing competitiveness, attracting investment, and unlocking new opportunities. Of importance and highly topical as the world works towards meeting the climate targets set by the Paris Agreement, sustainability is a key pillar of Oman Vision 2040 and something many Omani companies are building their strategies and future success around. Amongst them is Sohar Port and Free Zone with its plans to create a hub for lower-cost hydrogen and develop a 3.5 gigawatt solar power capacity. Another standout project is the green hydrogen plant spearheaded by OQ on the Special Economic Zone Dukum. Attendees heard from a panel of local and international businesses committed to innovative thinking in order to reverse climate change, lower Oman's CO2 emissions, improve sustainability, and lead the transition to renewables. The evening session was moderated by His Highness Syed Dr. Adam Al Said, founder of the firm. The evening's panelists were Mazen Al Sadi, HSSE Manager, Mazoon Dairy, Mark Geilenkircher, CEO, Sohar Port and Free Zone, Dr. Firaz Al Abdawani, VP Clean Energy, OQ, Alternative Energy, Simon Adcock, Head, Commercial Banking, HSBC, and Dr. Michael Sang, Founder, Three Pillars Consulting.
It's a huge benefit for Oman. We can use sustainable energy in our processes, and with that freeing up, for instance, natural gas. But we also make sure that our industry will be living on for decades. Industries have invested enormous amounts of money in Sohar Port and Free Zone, so currently about 30 billion. So we know that if they turn green, if they start using other kinds of energy, that this investment is not a waste, but it will live on, it will make sure it employs people for decades to come. I think it's also important to look for this sustainable energy in Sohar Port and Free Zone.
It's an important topic, and not only here but globally. And also manufacturers, businesses and companies are feeling the effects here, particularly companies that are exporting products abroad to Europe, for example, and they're seeing that regulations and policies there are affecting the viability of their products and the profitability of their products.
Now for the international stories. Explosions heard near Kyiv's main airport after Putin announces military operations in Ukraine. Multiple explosions were heard near the main airport in the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv soon after Russia announced a military operation in Ukraine. Several reports indicate several explosions in the Boryspil area to the east of the capital. At least 2 massive explosions were reported in the early hours of Thursday. Announcing a special military operation in the Donbas region, Russian President Vladimir Putin warned other countries that any attempt to interfere with the Russian action would lead to consequences. Delivering an emergency address, Putin said the operation has been launched to demilitarize Ukraine and defend people suffering persecution and genocide by the Kyiv regime. This comes hours after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukraine has not posed and will not pose a threat to Russia. In an emotional appeal delivered largely in Russian, Zelensky refuted Moscow's claims that his country poses a threat to Russia and warned that a Russian invasion would cost tens of thousands of lives. After the military operation was announced, US President Joe Biden condemned Russia's actions in the Donbas region of eastern Ukraine. The US President said that he is monitoring the situation from the White House and will soon meet with other G7 leaders. And now for the sports stories. Premier League. Salah and Mane score brace as Liverpool thrash Leeds. Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane registered a brace each as Liverpool thrashed Leeds United 6-0 in the ongoing Premier League season at Anfield. With this win, Liverpool has closed the gap with Manchester City at the top. City has 63 points while the Reds now have 60. Mohamed Salah scored 2 goals through penalties in the match against Leeds, and he got on the scoring sheet in the 15th and 35th minutes of the game. Mane also registered goals in the 80th and 90th minute of the game, while Joel Matip and Virgil van Dijk scored 1 goal each. Manchester City will next take on Everton on Saturday, and Pep Guardiola's side will look to further strengthen their lead.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.